Good morning, people. First day of tear down. Trying to do this whole video thing. I'm just used to building without documenting what I'm doing. But I've pulled off a lot of the old mower stuff. I attempted to get this engine running that's on it to see if I could, but that's not going to happen. So I've torn down most of the engine, most of the steering column. I found out why there's so much slop in the steering. This is supposed to stay still, but is sliding back and forth. So I'm just probably going to tack weld this because this nut needs to rotate because this big ol' arm rotates this arm, which is what changes the steering. So if I can lock this in place, then when I steer the steering wheel, there won't be any slop. It'll just move the arm. I've removed the belt from the drivetrain. I want to try to recycle the transmission so I still have reverse and 3 speeds. I think what I'll do is I'll get rid of this pulley and make like a really small sprocket here, or maybe half size or whatever. So when the engine is pulling and this is spinning, with a smaller pulley, we'll have a faster spin, so you get a quicker speed to the wheels. But yeah, this is current progress. I'll try to video everything as I'm going. Just one person trying to have some fun. This is a 14.5 horsepower engine that is currently just absolutely kaput. Like, there was a mouse living inside. There's 2 mice living inside underneath the engine cover. So it's garbage. It's fine. I'll just scrap the engine, and whatever money I get from the scrap from all of this metal will go back into the project. But on the workbench over here, you'll see this lovely tiny garage. I've got this beautiful 13 horse, fully running, perfectly smooth, just kicks ass, and the shaft on it. Yeah, put shaft. I'm pretty sure this is a 3/4, maybe a 1 inch. But this engine is going to be the new power horse for the speed cart. But yeah, day 1 on the build. Good progress. Got a lot torn out. Got the wire harness just down to the starter left, so that can come out. But yeah. So the engine is gone. I've ripped out all the drivetrain. I don't know if I'm going to keep this whole or if I'm going to patch it and make it a flat plate. The only thing that's left from the original drivetrain is this pulley for the disengagement pedal. But the steering, it turns out this piece was like a Delrin or a plastic. So when I went to weld it, obviously it melted. So I took some of the bracketry that was previously up here for holding the pull bar. I took that and cut it up into some small pieces to kind of shim this out, but now you'll see there's next to no play. All the play you're seeing is because the actual side plates aren't on holding this and strengthening it. So almost instant turn. It just glides. So no more play. That'll be safe for higher speeds. So now it's time to mock the engine and figure out how I'm going to put on the new chain link drivetrain. Now, I did say that I want to try to use this transmission, but with a smaller gear, so that way it goes faster. I think what I have to do is get one of those 90-degree rotary adapters, so that way the horizontal engine can power the vertical drivetrain. So I've reattached side of the engine or steering column wall, or whatever you want to call it, where it used to house all of the good stuff for the lawnmower. So I reattached that to kind of give some rigidity to the top part, and then I've re-welded some of the pieces down there, so now we have absolutely no slop. The next part is going to be figuring out where to mount the new engine. Now, it's a pretty big engine. It's a 389cc, 13.5 horse. Like I said, it is horizontal shaft. And the rotation is this way, which is great. So I could technically take this transmission out and put a straight jack shaft across, like fixed axle, so to speak, but I want to keep the gears if I can. Final clip for the day before the sun is gone. It is getting chilly out, but got the engine mounted to the frame where I want it. You'll see I got a direct hole for oil drain plug, so it'll just go right into a pan. No issues there. I got the shaft, so it's once I put my centrifugal clutch or maybe even a torque converter on here, it'll be able to run the chain behind the wall, so you'll have basically a chain protection from your foot. This is going to become the brake pedal, and then on the other side I'll put a gas pedal. And to show where we are, nothing better than having the sound of the engine right at the end. Ready. This is going to be awesome. And to show you what kind of power we're dealing with, oh yeah.